Hello and welcome to Access Asia. I'm Yuka, and here's what's coming up in this edition. Mollywood faces its own Me Too reckoning. An explosive government report on widespread sexual harassment has shaken India's Malayalam language film industry. From an aspiring young politician to the subject of an international manhunt. The former mayor of a Philippine city has arrived back home to face justice following her arrest in Indonesia after weeks on the run. And we'll take a deep dive into the world of matcha to look at the secrets behind the rich colour and sweet flavours of the powdered green tea that has taken the world by storm in recent years. A sexual harassment scandal at the heart of Mollywood, India's Malayalam language film industry, is dominating headlines in the country. It started with an explosive government report, and now at least 10 prominent men have been accused of sexually exploiting female actors. Charlie James tells us more.
An open secret in India's Malayalam language movie industry, exposed by prominent Mollywood actresses. Srilekha Mitra is one of the women who have accused directors, actors, and other powerful men of harassment and misconduct.
The problem is it has been normalized in this industry. Everyone knows about it and pretends that they don't know. Oh my God, really? This had happened to us?
The accusations are pulling back the curtain on an industry dominated by men who believe actresses who kiss on screen would do the same in real life. Last month, a landmark government report was released saying women actors in Mollywood face the worst evil of sexual harassment. Award-winning actress Parvati Thirawotu believes this is a turning point.
It's a game changer. It's a historic moment. The fact that a committee was even formed by the government in 2017 because Women in Cinema Collective demanded it, in itself was a historic moment.
Allegations of abuse in Indian cinema are not new. It witnessed a wave in 2018, shortly after the Me Too movement erupted in Hollywood. But Parvati called the latest allegations more than Me Too Part 2, and authorities are promising action. Her message to women experiencing abuse in Mollywood: come forward.
This is your industry as much as it is anybody else's. You get to create art if that is what you want to do with your life. Join us, join these forces, speak up so that we are taking the space that is rightfully ours.
In an industry often celebrated for making progressive films, actresses are arguing this shakeup is positive for Mollywood's future.
Now, it's a case that has gripped the Philippines for months. Alice Guo, the fugitive former mayor of the city of Bamban, has been deported back home after being caught in Indonesia. She faces accusations ranging from shady business dealings involving illegal gambling to human trafficking, as well as questions over her identity and links to China. The Philippines president thanked the Indonesian authorities and vowed to resolve the case quickly.
The close cooperation between our two governments has made this arrest possible. Let this serve as a warning to those who attempt to evade justice. Such is an exercise in futility. The arm of the law is long, and it will reach you. Ms. Guo shall be entitled to all legal protections due her under the laws of the land and pursuant to our commitment to the rule of law. But we will not allow this to prolong the resolution of the case, whose outcome will be a victory for the Filipino people.
Now, France 24's Aurore Dupuis is here to talk more about this intriguing story. Hi, Aurore.
Hi, Yuka.
Now, tell us first of all, who is this woman, Alice Guo?
Alice Guo is 34. She likes to wear pink and she was popular on social media. Take a look at her vlog here. She's sharing videos of her life with her doggy. And back in 2022, she was elected mayor of the rural town of Bamban, roughly 100 kilometers north of Manila. Now, life seemed pretty good for her until last March, when authorities raided a casino in her town, uncovering a huge cyber scam and a human trafficking compound. Now, you might ask, what's Alice Guo got to do with this? Well, authorities say that she owns part of the land on which the facility was built, and they accuse her of being linked to illegal online gambling and of laundering around 1.6 million euros along with 35 accomplices.
1.6 million euros. Now, what exactly did the police find in that compound?
Well, they found more than 800 Filipinos, Chinese, Vietnamese, and other nationals who say that they've been forced to work there against their will. They say that they had to pose as lovers to lure people to send money, and it's a type of scam known as pig butchering. And the scandal has led the Philippine Senate to order an inquiry into Alice Guo. But she failed to show up to several hearings, saying that she had received death threats and that she was suffering from poor mental health. So by the time the authorities filed charges against her, she had already vanished. She's thought to have slipped past border checks thanks to corrupt contacts and apparently ended up in Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, where she was finally arrested on Wednesday.
And the story doesn't end there, Aurore. There are also rumours that she might indeed be a Chinese spy.
Right, and she claims that she was actually born on a farm in the Philippines, that she was the love child of a Chinese man and a Filipina maid. But according to investigators, her fingerprints actually match those of a Chinese national. So Alice Guo is apparently Guo Hua Ping. It turns out that some of her business partners are also convicted criminals from China who have reportedly laundered millions of dollars, and Guo denies any wrongdoing, any involvement with them, and she says that she's been accused of, quote, malicious allegations.
Malicious allegations, indeed. Well, now the case has indeed gripped the Philippines at a time of heightened tensions with China, of course, over the South China Sea.
Yes, as you know, Beijing wants to control portions of the waterway that are thought to be rich in oil and natural gas. But the problem is that these parts are also claimed by the Philippines and by other neighbouring countries. So she might simply be a civil servant caught in the middle of a diplomatic crisis. But whoever Alice Guo is, whether she might be a criminal or a Chinese spy or collateral damage, one thing's for sure is that she likes to be in the spotlight. Take a look at that photo, which was allegedly taken just before she was deported back to Manila on Thursday. And she's seen smiling with the Interior Minister and the police chief. And take a look at another photo, which is causing quite a stir on social media. She's seen posing with officials just after her arrest in a car. So you might wonder, why would anyone smile after getting caught after 2 months on the run? Well, that's another mystery in this case.
Yeah, more mysteries to come and hopefully to be resolved in coming days and weeks. Well, Aurore, thank you. Now, it's traditionally been associated with Japan's famed tea ceremonies, but matcha, the powdered green tea, has become increasingly popular outside of the country. Many cafes serve matcha lattes, and pastry chefs have turned to the ingredient for its flavour and colour.
An essential Japanese flavor that has become enormously popular in the West. Matcha, green tea ground to a fine powder. It was first introduced to Japan from China over 800 years ago. Getting the highest quality flavor starts in the fields. Here in Nishio, more than 90% of the tea grown becomes matcha.
To cultivate this tea, it is necessary to protect the leaves from the sun's rays using black nets. Ordinary tea leaves do not have this protection. It's thanks to this cultivation method that bitterness disappears and the sugar content increases.
These nets are installed 4 weeks before harvesting. Then the largest leaves and buds are collected, dried, and ground into powder with a sweet yet savory flavor, plus a caffeine kick.
In France, you have coffee to wake you up. We have matcha.
Its color and flavor have made it world famous, and matcha is now found in ice cream, chocolate, drinks, and because it can be whipped, it is excellent in pastries. Antoine Santos is a French pastry chef in Tokyo who has been cooking with matcha for 30 years.
The first time I tried the tea ceremony, I loved it so much that I drank the whole thing. And since it's an invigorating drink, I didn't sleep the whole night.
He takes great care to ensure local tastes fuse with the French art form.
Everything is cooked cold to prevent heating up the matcha, to prevent it from losing its flavor, its scent.
A unique ingredient showcasing its versatility in the culinary world.
That's all for this edition of Access Asia. You can watch this and our previous episodes on our website or listen to them wherever you get your podcasts. For now, please stay tuned to France 24 if you can. There's more world news coming up.